My husband used to tell me that money complicated marriages. "Don't worry about the bills," he would say with a smile. "I've got everything covered. You don't need that stress." At first, I believed him. We had been married for 6 years, living in a quiet neighborhood outside Columbus, Ohio. I worked as a preschool teacher before our daughter Emma was born. After maternity leave, we agreed that I would stay home for a while because childcare would cost almost as much as my paycheck. It sounded practical. "I'll take care of us," Daniel promised. I thought that was partnership. Little by little, things changed. When I needed groceries, I had to ask for money. When Emma needed new shoes, I had to explain why. If I wanted to buy a birthday gift for my own mother, Daniel would ask how much it cost before deciding whether I could. He never yelled. He never threatened me. That almost made it harder to recognize what was happening. Everything sounded reasonable. "We need to stick to a budget. We're saving for retirement. You don't need expensive things." The strange part was that Daniel never seemed to have those conversations with himself. He upgraded his truck. He bought new golf clubs. He went on weekend trips with friends. Whenever I asked about those expenses, he would laugh. "I earn the money." The word stung every single time. I started questioning myself. Maybe I wasn't contributing enough. Maybe staying home wasn't real work. Maybe I should simply be grateful. One afternoon, Emma asked if we could stop for ice cream after the park. I reached into my purse. Nothing, not even enough for a small cone. I forgot my wallet, I told her with a smile that felt heavier than it looked. She nodded without complaining. Children notice more than we realize. That night, I lay awake thinking about something my grandmother used to say. A woman should never lose the ability to stand on her own feet. I hadn't stood on my own in years. The next morning, while Daniel was at work and Emma was at preschool, I visited a nearby credit union. I almost turned around twice. Opening a bank account felt strangely rebellious. The woman behind the desk smiled kindly. "How can I help you today?" "I'd like to open a checking account." She didn't ask why. She didn't judge. She simply handed me the paperwork. When she slid my new debit card across the desk, I felt something I hadn't experienced in a long time. Possibility, there wasn't much money to put into it. Only $25 from birthday cash I had quietly saved over the years. But it was mine. I didn't tell Daniel, not because I wanted secrets, because I needed one place where my choices belonged only to me. Over the next few months, I found small ways to earn money. I babysat for a neighbor on Saturday mornings. I sold handmade classroom decorations online. I tutored children in reading over video calls after Emma went to bed. Every payment went into my account. Slowly, $25 became $100. $100 became $500, then $1,000. The amount wasn't what mattered. It was the feeling. For the first time in years, I didn't have to ask permission before buying shampoo or replacing worn-out sneakers. One evening, Daniel noticed a package on the porch. "What did you order?" "A new pair of walking shoes." "With what money?" "I paid for them." His forehead wrinkled. "What do you mean?" "I earned the money." He laughed. "You don't have a job." I found ways. His smile disappeared. "You should have told me. I wanted to. But every time I talked about money, you reminded me I didn't earn any." He looked uncomfortable. "I was just trying to manage our finances." "I know." "And now you're hiding accounts?" The word hiding caught me off guard. Was privacy the same as hiding? I didn't think so anymore. I opened one account. His face hardened. In marriage, there shouldn't be separate money. The sentence echoed in my mind. Funny, he had always treated the family money as if it belonged only to him. Now that I had something of my own, suddenly everything was supposed to be shared. That night, after he fell asleep, I quietly opened my laptop. For the first time, I looked at our retirement accounts, mortgage records, and insurance documents. What I found made my heart sink. There were accounts and financial decisions I had never even been told about. And one document changed everything I thought I knew about our marriage. The document wasn't hidden. It had simply never been shown to me. Daniel had refinanced our home nearly 2 years earlier. I had signed paperwork during what he told me was routine paperwork for the insurance company. I never questioned him. I trusted him. Looking at the refinance documents now, I realized those signatures had authorized something completely different. The equity we had built together had been used to pay off personal debts I didn't even know existed. There were credit cards, a business investment that had failed, a loan for his brother. None of it had been discussed with me. I wasn't angry because of the money. I was heartbroken because of the silence. For several days, I didn't confront him. Instead, I met with a financial counselor, then an attorney, not because I wanted a divorce, because I wanted to understand my rights. For the first time, someone explained every document in language I could understand. The counselor looked at me kindly. "You deserve to know what's happening with your family's finances." Such a simple sentence, yet no one had ever said it to me before. When Daniel came home that Friday evening, I asked if we could talk. He sat across from me at the kitchen table. I placed the refinance papers between us. I found these. His shoulders immediately tensed. I was going to explain, eventually. Eventually? I didn't want to worry you. I wasn't protected from worry. I was excluded. The room became very quiet. "I thought I was doing what was best," he said softly. "I believe you thought that. But deciding everything alone isn't partnership." He looked down at the table. I never realized how much control I'd taken. "I don't think you meant to hurt me. But you did. Neither of us raised our voices. Neither of us blamed the other for everything. We simply sat with the truth." Over the next several months, we attended marriage counseling. Some sessions were uncomfortable. Others were hopeful. For the first time, we talked openly about fear. Daniel admitted that growing up in a financially unstable home had made him believe that controlling money meant protecting his family. I admitted that I had confused peace with silence. Avoiding conflict had cost me my confidence. Things didn't change overnight. Trust rarely does, but our habits changed. We created a shared budget. Both of us had equal access to every account. Every major financial decision required 2 conversations instead of 1. I returned to teaching part-time once Emma started elementary school, not because Daniel demanded it, because I wanted to. My separate bank account stayed open, not as a symbol of distance, as a symbol of independence. Daniel even encouraged me to keep it. One afternoon, months later, Emma watched me pay for groceries with my own debit card. She smiled. "Mom, you look happy." I smiled back. "I am." The happiness wasn't about money. It was about having a voice. I learned something I wish every woman could hear. Financial independence isn't about preparing to leave a marriage. It's about showing up in one as an equal. Healthy love doesn't require permission to exist. It requires respect. Today, Daniel and I still have disagreements. Every marriage does. But now, we solve them sitting beside each other instead of one person standing above the other. My grandmother was right. A woman should never lose the ability to stand on her own feet, not because she plans to walk away, because standing tall changes the way the whole world sees her, including the person standing beside her. If this story touched you, please comment and subscribe. I have one question for you. Do you believe every married couple should have equal access to their family's finances? Let me know your answer below.